They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Guys, let's look big picture at Florida State. They lose in the semis last year. Any potential for a hangover this season?
I don't think so, and I think they obviously didn't finish last season the way they wanted to, but having the success they had, David, that opened the eyes to a lot of portal players around the country. They wanted to come here knowing they could build on that and take the next step.
And sometimes it takes those steps, Jesse. Like, you've got to crawl before you walk, and this team, they tasted it. They know what it feels like. They know what it's like to be in the playoffs, and they want more. And they get to take some anger out and some hard feelings out today to start this season.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to third down.
They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense.
And great job getting in the backfield, making it very difficult to him to make reads and understand what the heck's going on. Bottling him up, that's the biggest thing. When you play a running quarterback, you want to bottle him up. You want to set those edges really, really firm and make him turn back inside where all the big boys are coming, and you don't let that speed get to the outside.
Hunt is on its way. Holds it in and looking upfield. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Running back searching for a hole. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Gets it out quickly. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
Now on the move. There he goes. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
Well, there's a big run on offense, and guys, I don't think a defender even touched him anywhere near the line of scrimmage. That's how big that hole was.
The explosive play set the table. Now they got to serve the feast. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And that defensive penetration gave him no chance, and he is ridden out of bounds.
And man, you gotta like the swarm of this defense. You've got to get in the backfield, make some penetration, and realize the first guy's not gonna always get that big sucker on the ground. Like, he's a big, strong dude. He's breaking tackles, but still swarming to the football, and this defense still gets a tackle for a loss. Unsuccessful second down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively? Trying to have success on 3rd down.
He pushed it forward down to the 5, but now looking at 3rd and goal. Wide receiver comes in motion. quick touch pass to the receiver. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
And it's like the defense knew on 3rd and goal. They're not a tackle in the middle. They're going to go to the outside. They run the touch pass, and they fly after, fly upfield, make the tackle, and now it's decision time. 4th and goal. What you going to do, offense?
And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. He'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. Field goal is good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And that's exactly what you want as a coach. You want to drive the ball down the field and get some form of points to create some momentum for your squad to start the season. How about the kicker? 1 for 1 of the year. He's perfect.
They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. At the 40, there he goes. Tons of room in the middle. Past the 20. And they'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown Seminoles. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
2 teams inside the Big 12 squaring off today, and it's now a final. Here's a quick recap. Notre Dame took care of business and left little doubt in doing so. Kind of felt like how that 2012 Irish team led by Manti Te'o would just take the will of opposing teams. Impressive to watch. Just another week in the Big 12 where anything can happen on any given Saturday. As we send things back to you guys.
Hey, Kevin Connors, keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Not a lot of space. He found good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So here is the Tennessee offense. A little bit of feeling each other out. They're down 7-3 as they open this drive. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4. Guys, let's talk a little bit about Tennessee. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
He might want another play. Snap from the gun on third down. Going over the top. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down.
Looked to me on that deep ball like he was forcing it a little bit. You got to be careful as a quarterback. You're not trying to outduel the other guy who just threw a touchdown pass. You're just trying to win the game. So just execute the plays. The ball goes to who it's designed to go to. If that means you got to turn around and hand it off, then that's what you got to do. But I think on that last deep ball, QB forcing it a little bit.
Guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Flushed out of the pocket. Snagged out of the air. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Here comes the offense on second down. Wants to go up top. Oh, they're after him. And he left that one short. Tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose.
Well, that's one the offense would love to have back. That's a play they practice over and over and over. They feel like they can run that play in their sleep. Not able to connect there.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Send the tight end in motion. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30.
You know, quarterbacks cannot stare down receivers, especially when thrown over the middle of the field. You've got to look these safeties off. That was going to be a small window to throw into anyway, but staring at that wide receiver made the safety's job so much easier.
The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They had to punt last time they had it. Highly unlikely that'll happen here, barring utter disaster. Great field position. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
And this is a really good job of getting on the perimeter so quickly. When you run these tosses, you get away from the big boys. And when you got speed in the backfield, let them do the rest, right? Flip it to him, let him get outside, let him run the football, make a big game. And when you got speed at the running back spot, you definitely want to toss it to him and get him on the perimeter.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to pass. Fires to the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
Man, they could have flipped that field in a hurry, right? They've given up some yards. They're sitting in their own red zone. A chance to make a big play. Yeah, he could have made that interception and could have flipped this field.
Big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. Right down the boulevard, it's good. That brings them to within 1.
You want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. Coming out with it, it's Flowers. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. They'll try the run. Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on second down. Second and 10, really hard. Third and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
The Seminoles with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. To the air on second down. He's got an open man. Turning on the Jets. He's showing it all. The juice, the Jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line.
Love the individual effort by the wide receiver after the catch, making people miss, showing you the speed. Now he set up his offense down in the red zone.
The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. From the red zone, looking for a man. He's got it on the run. And they'll get enough for the first down, and that's how things will come to a close here in the first quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Using the quick game. Touchdown, Florida State. The offense cashing it in on that drive. Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Ready to go to work the big orange offense on the field. They've had a couple of productive drives, but they've had to settle for field goals in 2 of their 3 previous possessions, Jesse.
Yeah, this is an offense that takes a lot of pride in execution, and they feel like they should have scored a touchdown every single drive. So while it's been good, not great, David, just execute a little bit better, and they could put this one in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think you point that out. We went all the way down the field on 2 of our first 3 drives and got field goals. Now, just a little better execution when that field starts to shrink and it gets a little bit more difficult.
Quarterback empties his backfield. Quarterback may change this route. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Makes the grab. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
And offensively, I love running these drag routes. I mean, these are the routes that, whether it's zone, whether it's man. So successful. It's just about seeing what the defense is doing and getting it to him in open space. Nice job. The wide receiver has some space after the catch, able to go make extra yards. Nice pitch and catch.
Now on second down. Looking to fire. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. Now looking for that first down on third and short from the 26. He wants to throw it. A little screen to the running back. Still on his feet at the 40. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
Got his man to the left. Turning it on. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening first and goal from the 9.
Well, this offense has shown you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they've completely flipped the field.
Got his man on the outside. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Couldn't get any closer on first down. Now second and goal from the 9. Quarterback keeper.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right? Having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his hand down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
After getting nothing on the last snap, let's see if they try to run it in on third and goal from the 1. Gets the back moving. They believe in their running game on third and goal here. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Volunteers! Can these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and they'll get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
They opt to go for 2 to try to tie it up right now. Snap in the shotgun. He's got it in the end zone. 2-point conversion is good, and we've got a tie game. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Flowers. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. of Florida State offense onto the field. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
This is a good sign for this defense. The rate they were going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the first half, this was not going to be a fun football game to watch. Now they're turning the tide a little bit, getting a little bit of pressure, getting a sack.
And the Seminoles with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to pass on second down.
He's never a doubt. Are you kidding me? He had a 2-yard cushion there. Like, he knew exactly where he was on the field, trying to throw the ball down the field, to create some space, right, to make it easier for your play caller. Quarterback gets sacked, but thank goodness it wasn't a safety.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Seminoles line up to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice, but here they couldn't get it out of the end zone, and it's a safety.
And you just have to have better field awareness if you're on offense. They're understanding that, A, you're in the offense, and B, where that back line is, David. That is not good news taking a safety.
No, and you want to make a play, and you want to make something happen, but you got to realize where you're out on the field. He doesn't do that, and guess what? Cost his team 2 points.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Leaves it with the running back. Breaks into the open. You want to talk about shifting the field in an instant. He's got it all the way down to the 10-yard line. And the Volunteers come to the line in the hurry-up. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Guys, let's take a minute here and look big picture for Tennessee. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early here.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day 1, game 1. Make that first impression.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Might be calling a hot route. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Rush is on him. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
How about about this goal line defense. On first down, they expect the run. They stuff it for a loss. And on second down, expecting pass, they can now get after the quarterback and bring him down for a sack. They are pushing this offense back in the wrong direction. This has been textbook goal line defense here as of late.
Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. So here comes the field goal unit. They've been doing the work today. They've already made a couple. No good. Still leading by 2 after the miss.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink. When you knock it off the crossbar, those are ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a missed opportunity.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. The run from the shotgun. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. He's going for the big play. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
That's a really good break on the football. He sees the ball come out, and he hits him right as he's catching it. Nice job of dislodging the football from the receiver. That's a good play by the defensive back.
The Noles decide to punt it away. Now, don't forget, and I'm sure he hasn't, he had one blocked earlier. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. See them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. From the gun. Flushed out of the pocket. Interception. You don't see him make that kind of mistake very often. Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can't stop the clock.
Man, I think this offensive coordinator is going to be frustrated with his quarterback. You got the lead. You want to get more points. You want to be aggressive, but you cannot put the ball in harm's way near midfield. Now you've given the defense a chance to now go score points and maybe take the lead in this football game.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. He wants to go deep. It's a big stride inside the 10. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
Motion from the wideout. He's looking to throw. He wants it all. Touchdown, no! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And that's a great job by this offense. That's how you work the clock. You want to take as much as you can and punch that ball in the end zone. Masterful clock management, and they now take the lead going into the half.
And you just got to wonder, too, David, how does that affect the confidence of the defense, right? They needed to find some way, somehow, to get a stop, limit the damage on that final drive. They give up a touchdown. They're going into halftime now, trailing. They've got to raise their level of play in the second half.
And with the extra point, they're on top by 5. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll be able to snap it one more time. Let's see how aggressive they are on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Looking to buy time. He'll pull it down. He'll go out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and deep in your own end, you need plays like that. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Seminoles will kick it away to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. He's out of bounds at the 17-yard line. Excellent job by the kick coverage unit to keep him from getting the sideline. So here is the Tennessee offense. Tight game as we start the 3rd quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Play action. Under fire. They get to him as he throws. Oh, he makes the play. It's intercepted. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Give to the running back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Caught near the sticks. It's Flowers. Run out of bounds. They'll spot him at the 24.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24. First down. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll move it back, and it's 1st and 15 for this offense. They want to throw it. Here's a hit. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Bringing it back. He's inside the 40. He's at the 20. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown ball. Just one moment, and all of a sudden, the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points, and now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What do you do in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall where the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
Getting aggressive here and going for two. Wants to go up top. Here's the pressure. He gets it into the end zone for the two, and now they lead by a field goal. Kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down.
I think that's one the kick returner is going to want to take back. That was a ball he probably should have let run through the end zone, give themselves better field position, but now they are way backed up.
Here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. That last pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Grabbed over the middle. It's Flowers. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Just going to keep it after the snap. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs. To the ground with the back. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. The pull and throw off the RPO. He gets it up close to the 25. Out of bounds, they'll mark it at the 24. And the Noles really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. They'll move the wide receiver. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Tennessee. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. The offense changing the play. They'll start this drive with a pass. He's got him. And he's still running after the move. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. Makes the grab on the left. Touchdown, Tennessee! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That touchdown grab, the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability, that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive figure.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Flowers. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, though.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being you, keep being aggressive.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Looking downfield on first down. It's complete. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
Guys at the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football. And you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Touchdown, Volunteer! The defense gets it done with a huge interception return.
How about a game-changing play for this defense? Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And that kick was perfectly down the middle. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Sam Houston is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but there's not a soul who doesn't believe they can't pull this off. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Arizona. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on it.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And you get more and more hits on the QB like this right there, more and more making him scramble out of the pocket to the right. That's winning. He's going to start to see ghosts. He'll start to panic. He'll start to speed up that processor. Nice job by the defense making that quarterback feel very, very uncomfortable.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Right on target this time. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Now the play fake. Gonna let it fly. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it. But when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
Wants to throw on 1st down. He's going for it all. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to win the field position with the return.
You know, the best free safeties I ever played against were the ones that just have a sixth sense. It's like they know where the ball is going, and they can just bait the quarterback into trying to make throws that they never have a chance of making. That's what that guy did right there. He baited the QB into a bad decision and made him pay.
Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Might be looking to run. He's got his man, makes the grab, and they swarm him under.
I like the mitts, the big fella coming in with the catch. Hey, running a little bit of a route, showing a little wiggle, getting open, throwing the football. That's what to catch you, big fella.
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left. Fires on the run. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Wants to adjust the pattern. A designed run for the quarterback. He gets it down to the 40-yard line, but he's going to be a little bit short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. The Volunteers will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Probably not quite as good as he hoped as it goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Takes a hit as he fires. Finds a man by himself. It's a seam wide open. He's at the 20. The 10. Touchdown Seminoles. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. Bringing it back. He gets a block. Got him in the room. Just an outstanding return there and really sets up his offense nicely. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Try to get it to the edge. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the 3rd quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Tennessee.
It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Motion from the wide receiver. With jet sweep pass. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver, the different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And he had just enough to will that one home. And now the lead is even bigger.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative, use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Looking to throw on 1st down. They're in a precarious. He's got it at the 30. Flying out to the left.
receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Illinois came away with the win today, but not in dominant fashion. In fact, the folks in Champaign had to sweat things out for much of the second half. Could have been better, but it certainly could have been worse. All that speculation all week, and now we know. Something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. So here is the Tennessee offense. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute, build this lead a little bit bigger, put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's got it on the right. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. It's complete to the left. Still on his feet at the 45. Lots of running room. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. On the ground. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown ball.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
And now they'll empty the backfield for the 2-point try. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking to throw. Under fire. Looking to convert the 2, and he will not. The defense gets to him with the sack.
Tennessee, 47. Florida State, 35.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Complete to the left. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
Hey, down in the fourth quarter, you better have a dude at the quarterback spot. They do, and they're going to trust him, and he's going to have to continue to deliver like this, making plays down the field, protecting the football, but we know he has the ability.
Looking to throw on first down. Pocket breaking down. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
The Seminoles come to the line on third and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. On third and short, they'll try to convert through the air. A strike downfield. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Looking for the score. He's got it. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be first and goal. And the Seminoles want to pick up the tempo. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Looking to scramble. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. The 40, at the 30, past the 10. Touchdown, Tennessee. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
And that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
And no problem on the extra point as they push the lead to 19 here in the fourth. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Flowers. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. There's a lot of pressure when you have that number 1 beside your name, and perhaps it was the pressure, perhaps it was just one of those days, but that reign is coming to an end. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
The number 1 objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. You can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
And the Volunteers have it with a first and goal. On the move. Touchdown, Volunteers! And the beatdown has ensued.
And the second half looking a lot like the first half, and this lead continues to build. How about the rhythm of this offense? They are showing you a little bit of everything. What they worked on in the offseason has been right on point, and game 1 going exactly how they scripted it.
Tennessee, 61, Florida State, 35.
He'll bring it out. It's Flowers. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Snagged in the middle. It's Flowers. And the runner is down, and so is a flag. That penalty cost them a third down conversion, and now they'll have to try it from a little farther away. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. He's looking downfield to throw. Finds a man in the middle. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Trying to get behind the defense. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Got the quick pass. Backed up now, here's second and long. Wants to go up top. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
And this defense has put a game together. Now, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense, something we can hang our hat on that we do really, really well. Listen, the intermediate passing game like this has taken over college.
He's got it, first down and more. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10, first and goal from the 8. Wants to throw again. Trying to pull his way in. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. Fires into traffic, picked off.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down. Quarterback keeps it. Not much working there. It'll be second and 9. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. 5 wide receiver formation on 2nd and 9. Back to pass. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line. The Volunteers racing to the line in the hurry up. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Hauls it in. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down.
And this defense continuing to struggle with the passing game. Listen, these offenses are so sophisticated nowadays. They're hard to stop, man, and it's a new one every single week. And I say this game, this defense underperformed. They're better than what they've shown. They've gotten torched today, and this is a tape that they're going to want to burn and never watch again.
The Vols will bring the punt team onto the field. He won't be able to return this one as it goes out of bounds. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. The give to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Likely a lost cause, but they'll throw it again. Hit as he throws. Falls incomplete. They fought to the final whistle, but that's going to do it. Guys, I think we all expected this game to be close. Couple of teams of this caliber, but boy, what a statement by the underdog in this one.
And there's going to be a big movement in the rankings after that performance. That team that got the win today, they are going to get moved ahead of their opponent. It's one thing to beat a ranked opponent, David. It's one thing to blow the doors off of them. That was impressive.
It's impressive. It's huge for them. Obviously, we know what's going to happen when they're going to move up the charts, but the other side is equally as depressing. I mean, they're going to fall like a rock. This wasn't even a competitive game. This is a bad day, and the rankings